And for a closer look, we're joined by Keith Warner. He's a food safety professor at the University of Guelph. Keith, thanks so much for waking up early for us this morning, taking the time to chat with us. Because when we're talking about the infections from this cantaloupe salmonella outbreak, the numbers, they've nearly doubled, and deaths across the country, that number also continues to climb. So what do you make of this sudden jump in those cases?
Oh, good morning, Marianne. Yeah, so it's not unusual. So what's basically happening is that this outbreak actually started the first week of October. And what they do is if you go into hospital or get a stool sample, they'll test it for salmonella and they'll identify it, but then to do a fingerprint. But if there's no kind of linkage, they'll just keep on basically surveillance. So what's happening in here is that when the CFIA took that sample on, I think it was about the first week in November, and it tested positive for salmonella, and they got that strain, that was called a smoking gun, i.e. you could link that strain of salmonella to all these cases that have been before. And I think what this sort of jumping is more to do with them confirming cases that have been before, and obviously new cases as well. So I won't be very surprised if we see another jump this week, because it's spread over a wide area, 17 US states, 6 provinces. So you could imagine a lot of people have been exposed.
Absolutely. And when we're talking about those who have been exposed to date, we're talking about people who are over 65, kids who are under 5, as we heard in nursing homes or even in daycare. So why are the elderly and so many young people making up the majority of these cases?
So it's the way salmonella causes illness. It's a very clever pathogen. And so what it does is when we ingest, it tries to avoid the immune system being detected, a bit like a stealth game. Now, the problem is that the young and the elderly have weakened immune systems. So if you're kind of young and fit and healthy, like I once was, I suppose, you can fight off a salmonella, maybe no symptoms. But when you're in the infant or in your elderly, you've got really nothing to fight off it with. And so what happens is that the salmonella invades your GI tract, causes the gastroenteritis, sickness, diarrhea, fever. And it's a dehydration that really affects the young and the old. And you're trying to drink water, but you've been sick through it. And so if it's more than 2 days, certainly with diarrhea, you've got to seek medical attention to get the IV drips and maybe antibiotics. But yeah, the young and the elderly get always hit. And the problem is as well, is that they're the very same people who like eating cantaloupe. So it's a bit of a disaster.
And, when we hear salmonella, we often think of undercooked chicken. Wash your hands after you cook chicken. You never think about salmonella and cantaloupes, for those of us who are not experts in the field. So what causes salmonella to form in cantaloupes in the first place?
Yeah, so the thing with salmonella, it's very clever in terms of evolution. And what happens is that typically, like back in 20 years ago, we used to have a cantaloupe outbreak every year. We had one last year, one this year. And typically the kind of scenario is that the farmer puts manure down. He might bring animals in to eat last year's crop. It could be just a flood of contaminated irrigation water. And when the cantaloupes obviously grow on the ground, they start picking up, especially cantaloupes, which have this netting. They pick up dirt, and that dirt contains salmonella. They'll harvest it. They'll put it into a dunk tank to wash off the dirt. It doesn't do anything for the salmonella. It basically distributes it to other cantaloupes. It gets sent up, and then the big danger is when we then cut through it, we take the salmonella from the surface into the flesh, and the flesh is so good growth medium, you can get big, rapid growth of salmonella, especially if it's held at room temperature. So that's the usual scenario, and I wouldn't be surprised if that same scenario played out in this event.
And we don't have much time left, but your advice for people to stay safe as we anticipate that potentially this recall could expand to more provinces?
So the best advice I can give is don't eat fresh cuts, as in pre-prepared. When you do look at your melon, certainly look at the label of origin. And for those high-risk groups, the young and the elderly, certainly I would just leave cantaloupes alone for now until we know. So watermelon's a good substitute.
University of Guelph Food Safety Professor Keith Warner, thank you so much for your time and your insight this morning.
No, thank you, Marianne.